This is the Megacast with Valiant Karen and Mega Mario.
Hey, yeah, I wanna shoot, baby. Shoot.
And as we start another installment of the Megacast, we are introed by Salt and Pepper, or if you want to say it like they used to say when I was growing up, Salt and Pepper. and guess what, everybody? I am now joined with Valiant Karen. Girl, you're back. Where you been? I had to hold this down on my own for a little bit.
I am so sorry, bro. I'm so sorry, but I promise I will be here now full time, ready to work back on the website and be back on the podcast. I finally said to myself, you know what? I need to commit to this more, be here with, you, and also, and to be honest with you, like 2016 is going to be a great year of movies such as Deadpool so far has proven to us. So there's no way I can miss this year.
Exactly. All right. Well, good to have you back.
Thank you.
You said you brought it up. Well, what we're going to talk about here, for the most part, we got wall-to-wall Deadpool coverage. Let's get started. All right, everybody. So this is basically going to be Valiant Karen. I'm sorry. It's going to be our review of essentially Deadpool. Not necessarily a review, but just kind of what we thought, what it means for Deadpool, what it means for some of the actors involved, what it means for Fox, what it means for the movie industry altogether, what it means for essentially mega movies, superhero movies, what it means just in general, like I said, for the industry. So it is going to contain some spoilers because we're going to talk at liberty about the movie. So if you haven't watched it, you may want to run out right now, go see it, and then as soon as you come back, listen to the rest of this segment. What I want to do, Karen, is kind of go over some of the scenes and everything. Again, we said at the beginning this is going to be a little spoiler-filled, but let's talk about the scenes a little bit.
Yeah, there are many great scenes in the movie. A lot that really stood out to me. I mean, they all stood out to me, but the one that I really, really liked was Wade Wilson's best friend, which is Weasel, which was played by TJ Miller. And the reason why I like their scenes is we felt that their friendship wasn't forced in any way. And you can tell that they do love each other, but they're like, man, I'll be there for you with my drink or with my jokes. Weasel's such a cool character, especially as a bartender, and he even had that, chalk with the...
Oh, the Deadpool?
The Deadpool.
He bet against Wade? That was funny.
That was.
I wanna go ahead and add on to what you said about the friendship between Wade and Weasel. That I like the part where I think it was real when Deadpool's getting all the guns together, and he looks at him and he says, "Man, I go with you, but I don't want to." I just thought that was funny, and it's true, he didn't. And then he looks at the blind lady that he's living with, and he goes, "You want to get messed up?" It's just true classic. Like I said, a good job of keeping the character on track the whole time. They didn't force him to do too much, except what he's there for, which essentially was even more comic relief.
Yeah, you want a best friend like Weasel now?
I do, yes. Anybody out there, hit me up. Let's go get messed up. I also want to talk about the Vanessa character, because this was a character that I think really added to the movie, and in a lot of ways is sort of kind of the soul of the movie along with Deadpool. Because when Wade Wilson is told he has cancer, I could see that a lot of real emotion there with the characters, a lot of denial. And she's the one saying, "No, we're going to beat this." She's the one being there for him. At the beginning, both of them are just funny when they go and they play the game. I don't know the official name of it, where you're trying to get the balls into the holes and stuff like that.
Right.
I thought that was really cute with them. I thought they had a lot of chemistry, and the Wade Wilson Vanessa character was just a cute couple, and you were rooting for them the whole way. Some of my favorite scenes were the ones with Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Those were just, to me, were funny, just right off the top. the part where I just absolutely lost it is when Deadpool's talking to Negasonic Teenage Warhead, and he's like, "Hey," he's like, "What are you gonna do? Are you gonna make angry comments or long silence? What's it gonna be? Angry comment or long silence?" And she sits there and looks at him and says, "You got me in a box." And he goes, "Thank you," and he just walks away. I just thought that was really funny. And Colossus is the ultimate straight man. Ultimate straight man, just telling Deadpool, "Come with us. We're gonna go see the professor." And then even Deadpool, again, breaking the fourth wall or the third wall, however you want to say it, he says, "Which one, McAvoy or Stewart? These time continuities are driving me crazy. I can't keep them straight." That was just funny. And because it's one of those things where he's bringing in the audience, and he's just got us going, he's got us rolling, he's got us laughing. And then the ultimate to me was at the end where they're getting ready for the last big fight, and Megasonic Teenage Warhead goes to Deadpool. He goes, "Hey, where's your bag?" I think it was the Hello Kitty bag.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Damn!" He's like, "I left it in the taxi cab." And then he's trying to call the cab driver, but he couldn't. And then he's like, "Forget it. We'll just do this the old-fashioned way." So
There you go.
yeah, that whole thing was just, to me, was just hilarious.
Yeah, and don't forget about your new favorite villain, Ajax, also known, well, Francis. I love in the scene where he was like, "How do you spell my name?" or
What's my name?
"What's my name?" And then Deadpool just gets all the men that he just murdered, and with the bodies, he spells his name. That to me was so clever right there. It's like, here.
That was awesome, and they had that, that rivalry going there. And I don't know a lot about this actor, Karen. You said, I think as we were prepping, his name is Ed Skrein.
Yeah, he's been in Game of Thrones, so another award-winning show as well.
Yeah, these Game of Thrones actors are coming up. These Game of Thrones alumni, they're starting to take over Hollywood.
Yes, but well worth it. They've earned it,
Yeah, so Ajax character was well written, and really there wasn't a lot actually expanded upon. Like, who did Ajax work for? Does he work for like a Weapon X program?
Yeah.
Is he work for example, is this a government thing? He said it was a private thing, but somebody's got to fund it.
Maybe he's even met Stryker.
Exactly. I was
before.
just going to say that. Maybe he's met Stryker. So they did a good job of really making it personal between Deadpool and Ajax, or Deadpool and Francis, as Deadpool likes to call it. So they did a really good job, because really at the end, this movie didn't have the biggest budget, and they had to kind of be smart about things. So again, really good job. And I want to give some quick props to the writers. In the opening credits, when they're kind of describing everybody, like a beautiful girl, the comic relief, an overpaid tool director, one of the things that I think really hit the nail on the head is they said the real heroes, the writers. And you got to give it up. This is a great screenplay, great dialogue, great writing, and it essentially is the staple, is the backbone, I think, of this movie, because you could really go off track with Deadpool very fast. He's a wild character.
Yep.
You got to rein him in. You got to be smart about your jokes. You can't, be forceful or whatever too much. That group right there did a great job. Karen, one of the definitions that we've talked about before on this show and on our site, megamovienews.com, is the fact that what makes a mega movie is the memories it gives you. The emotions and the feelings, whether it's anger, whether it's elation, whether it's suspense, but Deadpool gives us a lot of moments, a lot of memories, a lot of funny moments. Like, for example, again, when they're at the arcade and he's got all the stubs, because all the stubs that he won, he goes to the cashier, to the attendant, he goes, "One Voltron collection ring, please." And I think what's great, because this movie's rated R, we thought it would work against it, but I think it worked in its favor, not just because they could chop people up and show nude scenes and sex scenes and drop F-bombs every 5 minutes and decapitate people, or cut people in half like a shish kebab, like Wade Wilson would say. But it worked with it because the audience was definitely a little older, so you could make those dated reference. Or if younger people would go see it, they wouldn't really know some of the things, like the Wham reference, for example.
Well, now they can just take their phone and do what Negasonic Teenage Warhead didn't just look it up there on her phone.
Oh yeah, that was funny too. That's another scene that I didn't say where she's just sitting there. He's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Go ahead and text.
Finish your tweet.
Finish your tweet." That's what he said. Finish your tweet. Go ahead and hashtag it. All right.
Yeah, so there's no excuse now because you're right. There might be younger people than us and be like, oh, what is Voltron? What is Wham? Or even Sinead O'Connor. But anyway, they can just take out their phone and be like, all right, let me look this up now. So it's there at their reference. So
Yeah, so this is just a fun movie, and again, the definition of a mega movie, you don't just go see it for 2 hours and say, it was okay, and then go on with your things. We're going to be talking about this now for days, for weeks, for months, for years, counting down the sequel.
this is just the beginning.
Just the beginning on so many levels. So, we're going to continue our coverage here. We just wanted to kind of, not to jam it all into one big video, respecting everybody's time and everything, but, this is our initial impression. Obviously, everybody can see that we loved it. Wanted to give the audience out there just basically some scenes that we liked in our general impression of Deadpool, which obviously we loved, and it was amazing. And we're going to start breaking things down now. You'll see videos on our channel about what this means for R-rated movies, what it means for the competition, other studios, notably, obviously, Warner Brothers and DC, what it means for them. Are they going to how are they going to kind of, obviously they're going to want to produce something. So what's next for DC in that sense? We're going to talk about the Deadpool sequels. We're going to give a little bit more of the performance breakdown of the actors, the X-Men mutant connection. Obviously X-Force, we'll get into that and how that's going to be shaping up here in the future. The director, Tim Miller, all the records that Deadpool's been breaking, what that means and how they did it. And also how this is a big victory for Fox.
Absolutely.
And how it moves forward and how it affects and shapes the industry over the next 2, 3, 5 years. All right, everybody. So like we said, make sure to check out the videos. And also don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. What was your favorite scene in the movie? What were some of your favorite moments in the movie? And what did you think of it? All right. So, and the one more scene, Karen, we can't forget is at the very end when... Deadpool is channeling his inner Ferris Bueller, and he comes out and he's talking to the audience, breaking down the fourth wall, and then he says, "Okay, hey, you guys are waiting for one of those like hidden, cameos or hidden."
That was really creative.
Yeah, we don't have the money for that. Go away. And then he comes back and says, "Oh, we're gonna have cable in the next one." Yeah, really cool mutants, time travel, all this other stuff. So that was really funny, and that got the audience excited. We're going to go talk about that in some of our other Deadpool videos. And then my favorite, because I love Ferris Bueller, again, one of my favorite movies, where he sticks his head out and he goes, "Chicka chicka." The movie season is heating up. We are approximately just a month out from Batman vs. Superman.
Yes.
And while you've been gone, I've been ragging on Batman vs. Superman. We're going to talk about marketing when it comes to Deadpool in some of our movies. But man, Batman, Superman, a lot of marketing mishaps. Check out the video on that as well. So, again, a lot of stuff to cover. Movies are just going to start coming at us left and right. Civil War coming out pretty soon. Warcraft.
Suicide Squad we'll get eventually.
Suicide Squad coming out later in the summer. So, your source for all that news and information, megamovienews.com. Chicka chicka.